Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference, Cougar Athletics, and Xavier University, welcome to the Shannon Center for Game 2 of our CCAC matchup between the Trinity International Trojans and now, let's make the start lines for the visiting Trinity Trojans. At guard, 6-foot sophomore from Bolingbrook, Illinois, number 2, Keontae Thomas. At guard, 6'3" junior from Oswego, Illinois.
It is Alumni Day here in the Shannon Center on the beautiful campus of St. Xavier University, and this is Game 2 of the CCAC doubleheader between Trinity International University and your St. Xavier University Cougars. Good afternoon, everyone. Ron Luce on the call with you here for the second game of the doubleheader as the men's programs between TIU and SXU get ready to square off. TIU enters play today 11-7 overall in the season and a respectable 6-4 in conference play. And they are 4-1 in their last 5 under head coach Greg Miller. On the flip side, it's the Cougars coming in at 16-5 on the year, and they're 10-3 in conference play. That has them tied for the third spot in the conference standings, but because of their overall record, they get the nod over IU South Bend. And they're 3-2 in their last 5 under second-year head coach Robert Ford. Quickly, your lineups and starters for the Trojans. Number 2, Keontae Thomas. Number 22, Jack Cahoon. Number 23, Diamond Presniakovis. Number 24, Brandon Lawani. And number 25, Xavier Cooper will take the floor first for the Trojans. And you can hear the Cougars starters behind us. Today for the Cougars, it'll be number 2, TJ Babakir, starting at the point. Number 5, Kevin Bishop, playing one of the forward positions. Number 12, Jaden King, has been back now for a few games after missing with injury. Your second leading scorer in the conference this season. Number 20, Jack Halverson, will man the big spot in the middle, and it will be number 30, Cedric Johnson, chipping in as one of the 2 guards for the Cougars today. Trinity wearing their all-black road uniforms with the silver numbers in lettering and the silver trim, the triangular stripes down the sides of their uniforms. A nice look for the road for TIU. Just ever so slightly, the slightest bit of blue complementing on the trim of the uniforms. And the Cougars are in their all-whites here today at home with the red numbers and letters and the black and red detail throughout as well. Both sets of starting 5 have taken the floor. It'll be Halverson and Lawani for the tip-off. You heard the whistle. Ball's in the air. Tip is won by the Cougars, and we are underway. Trojans and Cougars right here on the Cougars Sports Network. Babakir takes it all the way to the hoop himself and gets things started for St. Xavier with a quick 2 on the left-handed layup. Nice cut and drive by Babakir to get things started here today. Thomas and Cooper played catch. Lawani gets it, and a nice hand by Jaden King to deflect that pass. If nothing else, it'll force the Trojans to regroup. Plenty of time left on the clock here, just 30 seconds shaved off in the early going. President Kovis kicks it over. Cooper's going to take a deep 3. It's off the mark. Halverson easily collects on the rebound. Cougars working quickly. King with a head of steam and loses it. Nice defensive play there by number 25, Xavier Cooper. Forces the strip and ultimately the takeaway as that ball went out of play off of King. So TIU stealing a possession back from the Cougars. President Kovis looking for help, finds it via Luwani in the paint. Good defense here from the Cougars, and King pokes it away from Cooper. Cooper has to regroup, but is able to maintain possession for the visitors. Kick to the corner. Luwani's going to take the shot. It's off the mark. Cooper collects on the rebound now for TIU. Here's Luwani once again in the post, working against Halverson. He'll put up the right-handed hook, and it'll tie this game at 2. Babaker looking for help. Wanted Johnson, it appeared, and now possession will remain with the Cougars, as it looks like Luwani might have gotten a piece of that before it went out of play. 18:24 to go here in half number 1. It'll be Babaker on the baseline off to our left for the inbound. We noted Cougars since their last time out as King puts in the easy 2 on the inbound play. Cougars coming off a very monumental win against Governor State on Wednesday night. It was their first win at Governor State since 2017, and a dominant one at that. 87-46 was your final, as Luwani misses on the hook attempt there, and Kevin Bishop comes away here with the rebound. Johnson taking it all the way himself. Now it's poked away. Good recovery by Jaden King. King pulls up for the deep 2. It's off the mark. Keontae Thomas able to corral the rebound off to the side of the hoop. Thomas looking to take it himself, has to spin back. Garners some attention, and now Bishop with a good takeaway on the cross-court pass. Kevin Bishop to Jaden King for the slam. Your second leading scorer in conference, Jaden King, with an exclamation point early here in the first half. Cougars up 6-2 now, and the foul will be called against Kevin Bishop as he knocks Keontae Thomas off balance. A much older starting lineup for the Trojans. Kahuna Jr., President Akovis a senior, and a pair of graduates in Luwani and Cooper. Joining the sophomore Thomas, as that shot is up and in by Cahoon, the big 3. Just a 1-point game now after that triple. There's Johnson on the drive, nothing home. He'll take it himself in the paint, nice spin. Couldn't find a passing lane, instead opened himself up by trying to dish. Good work there. Luwani with the floater in the lane, off the mark. Halverson collects rather easily on the rebound. Cougars lead by 3. Here's Johnson. On the drive, the dish to Halverson. No foul called. Cooper got a lot of contact with Halverson on his way up. Cahoon dish, Cooper 3. That's off the mark. And Bishop initially out-rebounded everybody, and it will be out of bounds on the Trojans, so Cougar possession is awarded by the officials. 16:27 to go here. Jaden King, so far your leading scorer in the action today. He's got 4 points so far. Halverson puts it back on the big 2-hand slam. And just like that, that is going to draw a timeout by the Trojans. Fourth-year head coach Greg Miller is going to talk things over. 10-5 your score. Cougars with the early lead here in this CCAC doubleheader. We'll be back in just a second on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. 16-14 to go here in half number 1. Cougars lead 10-5 over the Trojans early on. Trojans taking their first time out already. We mentioned fourth-year head coach Greg Miller. He's joined by fifth-year associate head coach Quentin Garrison. As that shot's off the mark, Halverson with the big rebound. Babaker brings it forward, looking for Halverson. Halverson with the awkward alley-oop, but it works. Able to easily throw it in for 2 points. Nice assist by TJ Babaker there, and Cougars continue their scoring ways. Cooper in the far corner, driving the baseline. Good ball movement. Ends up with Thomas on the near wing. President Kovis gets it down low, but Good read by Kevin Bishop to take that pass away. Cougars go to work. Bishop to Halverson. When that pass nearly evades Babaker, and they will call him out of play. And the first substitution of the day for the Cougars is number 0, Drew Bishop. He and Kevin Bishop will exchange positions. No other changes on the floor, however, at the moment. As Keontae Thomas gets things started for Trinity. Lawani, good ball movement as it gets back to Thomas. He'll pull up for the mid-range J. It's in and out. And they're going to award possession here to the Trojans. It looked like Jaden King was the last to touch. 12-5 your score here with 15-11 to play. Good ball movement so far here from Trinity. Just some really opportune takeaways by the Cougars have limited them offensively in the half court. Here's Lawani on the turnaround look, off the mark. And King is stripped then by Keontae Thomas. Good play defensively. Thomas puts it up and puts it in for 2. Excellent turnover and points off the turnover there for Thomas. Cougs work quickly. Here's Halverson, the paint. He gets it to Jaden King for the layup. Good awareness there from Halverson on the short pass in the paint. Opened up King down low for the easy layup. Lawani over to Cahoon now as he looks for reinforcements. Lawani gets it back. And that pass misfires Thomas, but gently rolls into the arms of Cooper. Presniakovas on the turnaround look, able to get it off the glass. Presniakovas with his first bucket of the day. Nice turnaround look there off the glass. Here's Johnson on a turnaround look. Off the mark as Lawani corrals the rebound. Thomas on the drive, loses it on the way through, but it will still be Trojan possession. And now with substitutions galore coming here for the Cougars. Tino Shabai, number 11, Julian Barr, number 23, Maki Moore, all check in. King, Halverson, and Johnson head to the bench. So Babaker, your lone starter remaining on the floor here for SXU. Still the starting 5 for Trinity International as the foul is called on the floor. It'll be against number 34, Tino Shabai. Thomas will inbound here from the baseline. Kicks it over to Cooper in the near corner. 3 ball is good. Xavier Cooper with a beautiful shot there. Now makes it a 2-point game. Babaker working on the baseline. Nice spin move. Tried to get it to Shabai, and it will remain Cougar possession as that ball glanced off a Trinity International player. Babaker will execute the inbound pass. Far side on the baseline. Drew Bishop now with it up top. Looking for reinforcements. Gives it to Maki Moore in the corner. Everything to the outside for the time being for the Cougars. Nothing down low at the moment. That pass swatted away by Cahoon. And here come the Trojans after the takeaway. And Cahoon will draw the foul. Looks like Drew Bishop will earn that foul. His first of the day thus far. That will send number 22, Jack Cahoon, to the free throw line. 6'3" guard, Oswego, Illinois native. A couple of substitutions coming now for the Trojans. It'll be number 4, Jaden Thomas, as well as number 34, Asher Bloom, checking into the game. That'll send Lawani and Presniakovas to the bench. Also for the Cougars, number 3, Trey Ward checks in. First time today. So SXU, all 5 players on the court now coming off the bench. A couple of starters remain on the floor here for the Trojans. Drew Bishop's going to draw the foul. It looks like Thomas will pick up his first. Drew Bishop will, or pardon me, it'll be Trey Ward inbounding from just in front of the visiting bench. He gets it into Drew Bishop easily to get things started. Just a 1-point game here, 14-13 now your score. Bishop on the drive, the floater off the glass, and it's good. Beautiful move by Drew Bishop, capitalizing there. Had the defender in his face. Wisely put up a nice high floater to get it over the defender. Capitalizes and extends the Cougars' lead. A travel call will be called on number 4, Jaden Thomas, so that will turn things back over to the Cougars here. Trey Ward will serve as the inbound passer. Sophomore guard from Oaklawn Community High School Spartan. There's Bishop now on the far side, going to work. Looking for reinforcements, finds it via Maki Moore. Moore on the drive, kicks, Shabai. Three-pointer is good. Tino Shabai. And they'll call it a deep 2, so he just managed to miss getting outside the arc there, but still a beautiful shot nonetheless from Shabai. That extends the lead for the Cougars here to 5. Thomas kicks to Cooper. Good pass down low for Bloom, and Bloom is able to put it off the glass and in. Xavier Cooper playing good basketball today here for TIU. Good vision there to see that open pass for Bloom. And Bloom capitalized. Shabai, deep 3. That's good. Tino Shabai is automatic from downtown. And he's feeling it early here. Thomas kicks over to the other Thomas, and then that Keontae Thomas pass ends up in the Cougars bench. That will result in Cougar possession. 11:50 remain on the clock here in half number 1. We mentioned it is Alumni Day here at SXU. Number of alumni on the far side of the gym enjoying refreshments in the game today. Here's a turnover now, though, for Trinity. It's Cooper bringing it up. Switches to the left hand. It won't go, but he gets his own rebound. And he's denied by Tino Shabai. Here come the Cougars in transition. Ward taking it himself off the glass and in for 2. And Greg Miller's going to take another timeout as the Cougars go on a nice little run. They open up their lead 23-15 with 11:21 to go. We're going to step aside for a breather. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you when the timeout concludes here on the Cougars Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. 11:21 here in the first half, still to go. 23-15 your score with the Cougars out front on Alumni Day of this CCAC doubleheader. Game 2 here. SXU's women with a dominating win earlier. 93-32 was the final score of that one. 95-32 that it was. SXU's women taking care of business in game 1 of the doubleheader. Men looking to do the same here in game 2. As Keontae Thomas brings it forward for TIU to get things started once again. Freshly checked into the game as number 11, Monty Lambert. No other changes on the floor as Bloom hits the turnaround look. That won't go. Thomas collects on the rebound. Cahoon pulls up. That's off the mark as well. Julian Barr able to capitalize on the rebound for the Cougars. Barr working against Lambert, a pair of 11s. Trey Ward gets it, nice kick. Maki Moore, three-pointer off the mark. Shabai punches it out and Trey Ward corrals it. Now Shabai for 3, and it's good. Tino Shabai for another 3, and he's off to a hot start. That gives him 8 already on the day. Keontae Thomas with a 3 of his own answers right back. Beautiful answer for Trinity International. as the sophomore guard hits from beyond the arc. Bishop, now he'll pull up for three. That is good! Both sides trading three-pointers. And now Cahoon's gonna travel, and it will be Cougar possession. What a whirlwind of a sequence there. 3 triples in a row from the Cougars and Trojans. And now the Cougars taking away a possession after the travel. Here's Moore on the drive. And a foul's going to be called on the floor. It looks like it might be number 4, Jaden Thomas, is the guilty party, and it is. 10:02 left to play here. Second team foul of the half for the Trojans. Bishop will throw in the inbound pass and does to Trey Ward. Shabai. Bloom quickly closes on him outside the arc. And now Maki Moore with it. Trying to create separation. Step back three. It's off the mark. Lambert securing the rebound for the Trojans. Keontae Thomas back over to Lambert now at the point. Lambert on the drive. Kicks down low to Cahoon. That pass slightly off balance, but he's still able to get it to Keontae Thomas. And now Bloom will draw a foul. Maki Moore looking around with a puzzled look on his face, as he will be guilty for the foul. And Robert Ford looking for an explanation from the official. Doesn't appear to agree with it, but they'll continue to discuss. Bloom at the free throw line here for 2. And he will convert on shot number 1. A couple of substitutions, it appears, will occur as well. Cahoon's going to head to the bench as Cooper returns to the floor. Jaden Thomas also now to the bench as Presniakovis returns as well. And Bloom is 2 for 2 on that trip. 9-point lead still for the Cougars, 29-20 now after those 2 free throws. And Drew Bishop going to work here against Presniakovis up top. He'll kick it over to Trey Ward on the far side. Ward on the drive. Gets it out to Bishop for 3. It's short and off the mark. Keontae Thomas away with the rebound. Cross-court pass picked off by Maki Moore. Good recognition there for the Cougars defensively. And now Moore loses it on the way through. Presniakovis with it. Bloom, now a foul. It looks like it might be Moore again on the foul this time. It will be a full line change coming for the Cougars in forms of substitution. All 5 starters set to check back into the game. Bloom at the line here to shoot 2 more with 9:01 to play. Free throw made. Substitutions occur. The entire starting 5 checking back in for the Cougars. Ward, Barr, Moore, Drew Bishop, and Shabai heading back to the bench. And it looks like we'll see Luwani check in again as well here for TIU. He'll check in for Bloom in just a moment after this free throw. 29-21 your score, looking to make it 29-22. And Bloom successfully makes it 29-22. So that'll send him to the bench. Good look for him. Asher Bloom with the most points so far here today, 6 for Trinity International thus far. Jaden King will go sky high to collect that pass after Johnson avoids the trap. Abacare wanted the 3, has to elect a dish and does to King. 6 to shoot. King off balance. Bishop tried to get it, and a big break there for the Cougars as Keontae Thomas is unable to cleanly handle that rebound. And after it goes out of bounds, it'll be Cougar possession here once again off to our left. Babaker gets it in easily to Johnson up at the point. Johnson on the drive, easy right-handed layup for number 30, Cedric Johnson. Nice play there for the guard. Presniakovis looking for help. Now has to work against Halverson. Lambert with the pass. Nice dish to Luwani. Luwani off the mark. Halverson will take that rebound, but a nice takeaway from Cooper. And now a foul called on the floor. TIU has been able to sneak away some of those plays, and it's always right after a rebound or an inbound pass. So another possession stolen, 8:08 to play here in half number one. It looks like they're just fixing the shot clock. 19 on the shot clock, according to the official. So that's all squared away and taken care of. Keontae Thomas will inbound to Lambert. Here's Luwani with it, kicks it out. Lambert for three, that's off the mark. Halverson on the rebound this time, and Babaker comes away with it. Babaker gets it down, trying to look for Bishop. It's taken away by Cooper once again. Here come the Trojans in transition. And a good read from Johnson. Now loose ball on the ground. Luwani, and now King takes it away. King to Bishop, and Bishop's going to draw a hard foul from Cooper.
Number 25, Xavier Cooper.
That'll be the first foul against Cooper today. And that will send number 5, Kevin Bishop, to the line for a pair of free throws with 7:39 left on the clock.
Kevin Bishop is at the line.
Bishop taking his time here. The lefty. And free throw number 1 off the mark. As we noted, all 5 starters returned to the floor. Good crowd here as well on Alumni Day. Not just alumni in attendance, but a number of SXU students and families, as well as TIU with a nice group of fans here on the road. Just coming down from up north in Deerfield, Illinois. So the second free throw for Bishop makes it a 10-point game. Trojans will go back to work here with Keontae Thomas up at the point. Action slowing down a little bit now as we wane into the second half of the opening half. As President Kovis with a nice hook shot, right hand in the paint. Up and over Halverson ultimately. Halverson looking for the pass from Johnson. Instead, it'll be Jaden King on the near wing. King resets, working one-on-one against President Kovis. Takes it himself, his shot off the mark. Lambert comes away with it, and it's poked out from behind, but Lambert able to secure the loose ball. Cooper working against Babaker. Back to Lambert outside the arc. A nice pass down low. Lambert, Luwani, and Luwani's able to finish. So back-to-back possessions where the Trojans add points. Cuts into the Cougars' lead. It's now just a 6-point game. 6:29 and counting to go, however, here in the first half. Here's Halverson underneath the hoop for an easy 2. Nice pass from Cedric Johnson to free up Halverson. And an easy layup for the big man in the middle. Lambert will go to work. Back to Keontae Thomas. Good ball movement here from the Trojans. It's Thomas in the paint. He draws the foul. Kevin Bishop is called for the foul. And Kevin Bishop just got teed up and is ejected from the game. And you'll hear some of the boo birds start to rain down from the crowd. So Kevin Bishop, not sure what he said to the official, but the official teed him up and kicked him out. Bishop was very frustrated with the foul call. That sent him to the bench, so it looks like Drew Bishop will now check in his place. So Kevin Bishop's day ends after he's ejected. Just 1 point for Bishop. A couple of steals and a lone rebound for his 8 minutes of work today. And now that everything's getting squared away here, that was a quick tee up and dismissal from the official. So number 2, Keontae Thomas, will take the free throws as a part of the technical. It looked like assistant coach Devin Johnson went to find Bishop after he quickly left. And now Robert Ford having a discussion with the official that teed up Bishop just to understand what he's calling. Thomas missed free throw number 1 there, but he will convert on the second one. And it does take 2 technicals to be ejected, so it looks like Thomas is going to get a couple more free throws, and he will. 2 of 3 on this trip, looking to go 3 of 4. And is off the mark, so just 50% on that free chance at 4 points. Thomas still with 2 more opportunities, however, for the original foul. Now these will be just traditional free throws for number 2, Keontae Thomas. So Thomas ultimately getting 6 free throws out of this trip because of the double technical for Kevin Bishop and subsequent ejection. And Thomas misses there. That's his 3rd miss now in 5 attempts. And we'll see if he can recollect and go 50% from the line, and he does. Tough trip to the line for number 2, Keontae Thomas, as he had a chance to make this a much narrower game on the scoreboard. 3 big misses out of 6 tries. Johnson on the turnaround look is short. Luani corrals, and here come the Trojans. Cooper, 3-pointer in transition. That's off the mark. And a foul will be called behind the play. It looks like number 23, Diamond Presniakovis, picks up the foul. Just his first of the afternoon. So 5:48. And you can hear a bit of a buzz throughout the gymnasium just because of all the chaos ultimately with the double technical. Game has also slowed down a bit in terms of pace. Went from a high-flying game to a little more settled as Halverson capitalizes in the lane once again. That'll get him into double figures for the day. 10 points, 5 boards now for Halverson in the first half. Keontae Thomas, nothing home, looks for Lambert. Everything to the outside for the time being here for the Trojans. Down low to Presniakovis. The trap comes, and now the turnover. Babaker in transition to Johnson. And it was a nice block from behind by Cooper, but it will remain Cougars' possession. Jack Cahoon's also going to return to the floor now as Lambert heads to the bench. 36-29 your score here with 5:06 to go in half number 1. And King able to fight through some traffic for 2 points. 38-29 now as we tick under 5 to play here in the opening half. Keontae Thomas with it at the point. Presniakovis working against Johnson, looking for reinforcements, gives it to Luani in the high post. Nothing home for Luani, has to reset with Cooper, and now King on the takeaway. Jaden King in the transition, and 1 for Jaden King. Jaden King now in double figures himself. Pardon me, that was Halverson's 7th and 8th points of the day on that last bucket. King, the first Cougar in double figures. He comes in today averaging 22.1. As we noted, that is second best in the CCAC, only behind Ty Schmidt. Tyler Schmidt for the Olivet Nazarene Tigers. King looking to complete the 3-point play here. Unable to do so. Still 40-29 your score as we tick toward 4.5 remaining in the opening half. 4 or 5 starters on the floor for the Cougars. In case you're joining us late, Kevin Bishop double teed up and ejected for arguing with the official. Again, not sure what was said. There's a missed shot from Cahoon. King able to secure the air ball. Now King, step back 2, and he delivers. Nice move for Jaden King. Step back and sent the defender flying. And a beautiful mid-range jumper from Jaden King. Cahoon with it, gives it down low to Presniakovis. Lambert unable to handle it cleanly, back to Presniakovis, up for 3, off the mark, loose ball. Drew Bishop's got the rebound. Here come the Cougars. It's Johnson now on the far side, working down low against Thomas, and he gets the roll at the rim. And Greg Miller's going to take another timeout, his third already. And it is 44-29 with 3:38 left to play in half number 1. We're going to step aside for a quick breather. We'll be back with you here in the action resumes, coming out of the timeout right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Trinity International on the inbound here as Keontae Thomas will pick this up right around half court. 3:35 and counting to go here in half number 1. Cougars currently with a 15-point advantage. 44-29 your score here. Cahoon with it on the far wing. Presniakovic, good passing. Lambert. Thomas on the drive, gives it down low to Cahoon, who finishes with the layup. Good ball movement there from the Trojans coming out of the break. Johnson looking for Halverson once again. He'll find him, and that'll draw the foul. Luani challenging Halverson at the rim. 3:07 to play. That's going to send Jack Halverson to the line. Halverson bangs home free throw number 1. And a check in here from number 12, Nabil Kone. Checks into the game with 3:07 to go. Luani to the bench. Halverson misses free throw number 2. 45-31 now your score as we tick closer to 3 minutes left to play. Trojans trying to regroup. Here's Keontae Thomas on a deep 3. In and out it goes with King securing the rebound. Jaden King with a head of steam into the lane and draws the foul. And it'll be number 11. That is Monty Lambert. And King will be at the line here for 2. 2:49 to play here in half number 1. And King sinks the free throw. And King is 2 of 2 on that trip. 14 points now for King in the opening half. Very much on pace with his season average of 22. Here's Presniakovis now on the drive. Denied by Halverson. Here come the Cougars. Babaker, Johnson, and Johnson with the easy 2. Defense leads to offense. The big block, Halverson. And Johnson ultimately ends up with the layup on the other end. Beautiful play there for the Cougars with under 2.5 to play. Presniakovis to the rim. This time has to get it up top, so Halverson didn't deny him, and he missed. And now Babaker has it taken away by Thomas. Here come the Trojans. Thomas, nice kick to Cahoon, and King takes it away. Babaker settles things down here for the Cougars, and now Drew Bishop will lead the charge. Johnson, 3 from the wing, off the mark. Halverson, right place, right time. Bishop now spots up from 3. That's also off the mark. And possession will go the other way. King tried his hardest to bank that off Cahoon. Instead, it'll be Trinity International possession. With $1:47 left to play, and Asher Bloom will check back in now as President Kovis heads to the bench. In addition, a couple of substitutions now for the Cougars. They're starting 4 remaining in the game, that is. All out. Trey Ward, Julian Barr, Tino Shabai, Maki Moore, and actually Drew Bishop will get a breather, so TJ Babaker remains on the floor. Lone starter still on the floor for the Cougars here as we wind down on the first half. Nice takeaway, Maki Moore. Trey Ward's got it. Ward's going to take it himself, but unable to finish at the rim. Here come the Trojans. Lambert with it on the far side, guarded tightly by Moore. Gets the pass over to the near wing here for Keontae Thomas. Back to Lambert. Wanted to take the 3, had to dish. Nice pass, Cahoon with it in the far corner. Nearly had it stripped, but Moore's going to get called for the foul. And as you heard there, just the second personal foul now for Maki Moore. And because of the foul limit, that will send Jack Cahoon to the line, even though it was on the floor. And Cahoon capitalizes on the first free throw, gets a second shot. Keontae Thomas to the bench. Xavier Cooper returns to the floor. TJ Babaker will check out. Jack Walsh, for the first time today, checks in. Big number 45. And 2 for 2 is Cahoon on the trip to the line. Ward and Barr serving as the 2 guards now with Walsh's insertion into the game. And Shabai's going to get it. Corner 3 for Tito. Shabai is good. Here's Cooper now. And back to Lambert. Lambert's going to spot up from 3. That's good. Big answer for the Trojans. Following the Shabai 3, it's a Lambert 3 on the next possession. Trey Ward on the drive, working against Lambert. Circles back, looks for the pass. Gets it down low. Nice pass to Julian Barr for 2. Great vision by Trey Ward. And the Cougars have a big lead, 54-36. Bloom trying to get it down low to Kone. And that pass misfires, so it will be SXU possession with 20 seconds remaining. No shot clock, so this could be last possession of the half. Maki Moore will give it back to Trey Ward on the inbound. Cougars will take the last shot before the half. Screen opens up, Ward kicks to Maki Moore. Moore on the dribble, down low to Walsh. Walsh will put it in for 2, and that will conclude the half. Cougars with a 20-point lead going into the second half. We'll see you after the half. The cheer team will perform here. 56-36. We'll see you here in a little bit. Cougars with a big lead at the half in this CCAC matchup today. Welcome back, everybody. We're about a minute out from the start of the second half. If you're joining us late, Cougars with a 56-36 lead over the Trojans at the break. I'm Ron Luce joining you on the call here for this doubleheader today. The women took care of business here for SXU. A commanding 95-32 win over the Trojans, and the men are looking to do the exact same here. Although the men will be shorthanded for the Cougars. If you're joining us late in the first half, Kevin Bishop double technical and ejected after saying something to the official. Still a mystery what was actually said. So the Cougars already playing shorthanded, but hasn't seemed to affect them too much to this point, as they command a 20-point lead here coming out of the break. Jaden King, your leading scorer for the Cougars. He's got 14. Tino Shabai with 11 off the bench. Shabai 4 of 4 from the field, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc. Deontay Thomas and Jack Cahoon are your leading scorers for the Trojans. They have 8 points apiece. So the Trojans still searching for their first double-digit score today under fourth-year head coach Greg Miller. Both teams return to the floor here. It will be Trojans' possession now coming out of the break. They will inbound from the far side. 20 minutes on the clock. The official waiting for Cooper to tuck in his jersey. And we are underway with second half action here in this CCAC Game 2 doubleheader between the Trojans and Cougars. President Kovis going to the rack, and he's got 2 for the first points of the second half. Cougars go back to work. Good work there from the senior forward. There's Babaker, nice pass to Shabai, and he finishes along the baseline. So Shabai starting out. Babaker now with a turnover. Cougars are running down the court as Babaker was the lone Cougar with the ball. He's got it now, looking to drive, and will. Halverson receives the pass and puts it up for 2 more. Good work for the Cougars there in that sequence. 4 quick points. Keep their lead up. Halverson now joins Shabai and King in double figures as well. Deontay Thomas looking for a teammate, finds Cooper on the near wing. Cahoon back to Cooper. A nice pass inside to Keontae Thomas for 2, cutting to the basket through the paint. Still 20-point game. Good answer, though, for Trinity International. Babaker nearly loses it, gets it back. On a nice shot from Shabai. King pulls up from deep. In and out it goes, and Lawani able to secure the rebound. Thomas will reset here at the point and wait for everyone to set up. Cahoon down low to Lawani. And that ball misfired. Will hit the scorer's table and result in SXU possession, pardon me. That latest bucket also gets Keontae Thomas to double figures. 10 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists so far for the sophomore guard, Bolingbrook, Illinois native. Nice little short trip down I-55 from here. Johnson gets it back from Halverson, and 1 for Cedric Johnson. We'll see who the foul is on in just a moment. Diamond Presniakovis is called for the foul. That's his second of the day as Johnson caps off the 3-point play. 23-point game, still over 18 to play here in the second half. Cougars coming out hot here out of the break. Nice pass down low. Presniakovis wide open. And he's got the easy 2 underneath the basket. Babaker waiting for the screen. Wanted it from Halverson. Good ball movement. Johnson on the drive. Bounce pass. Halverson jam. Cougars are feeling it right now. Off to a good start here in the second half. Halverson now tied with Shabai with 13 points. Second most on the team. King still leading the way with 14. President Kovis puts up a shot. Won't go through, but Cahoon secures the rebound. Good work on the boards. And now a beautiful no-look pass from Cooper. Unable to be finished off by President Kovis. Here come the Cougars. It's Babaker with it. Kicks to King in the corner. King on the way through, using that long wingspan for the finger roll. Beautiful assist there by Babaker as well. 67-42 now your score. Here's Thomas driving the lane, denied by Halverson. Luani able to get to the loose ball, however. And over Shabai, but a foul is called on the missed shot. Tino Shabai is called for the foul. Shabai's second as Luani misses the first free throw. Worth noting, TJ Babaker, we mentioned his assist earlier. He only has 2 points, but he has 9 assists already in this one. Really, really strong day in terms of distribution for number 2, TJ Babaker. Here's Johnson now on the drive, garnishing a lot of attention from the Trojans. Babaker now on the drive, this time kicks. Shabai, corner three, if it goes, that's off the mark. Jaden King runs it down, loses it, but Halverson in the right spot. Johnson fakes the shot and kicks it out. Good ball movement from the Cougars. King corner three is good. Jaden King. And the Cougars with 70. King up to 19 now on the afternoon. Just 3 points shy of his season average. Here's Cooper now on the drive. Trying to finish with the right hand. Offensive foul called. Xavier Cooper picks that up. Denver, Colorado native, transfer from Arizona Christian. Jaden Thomas checks back in now for TIU. And that will be Trinity ball, as they indicate it went off Halverson, but Halverson does not agree, nor does head coach Robert Ford. 16 minutes to play here. TIU gets possession right back. Cooper now on the bench after that was his third foul he picked up. Here's Presniakovis on the drive, kicks to Cahoon for the corner three, off the mark. Babaker ultimately ends up with the rebound. Johnson, three ball from the wing, off the mark, and it will take a weird backspin over the backboard. So it is TIU possession now with 15:41 to go here in the second half. Thomas will pick it up. Luani nearly loses it off his foot, but able to corral it and dish to Presniakovis for another two. Here's Johnson. Cougs move quickly. Halverson jam with the right hand. Jack Halverson. And the Cougars working well in that transition offense today. And another slam there, and now a travel called on Luani. So that will turn possession back over to SXU. Cougars starters joined by Shabai due to Bishop's absence. Off to a hot start here in this second half. 16-9 outscoring the Trojans here. Here's Halverson backing down Luani, kicks to King. King on the drive, loses it. Tried to tap that over to Shabai, but is unable to do so. So a couple of misfires there will result in Trinity possession. Nabil Kone and Asher Bloom check into the game for TIU. Presniakovis and Luani will head to the bench in their place with 14:41 and counting to go. There's Bloom along the baseline looking for a teammate. Finds Thomas just outside the paint. Cahoon pulls up. 3-ball. That's off the mark. Shabai secures the rebound with a stretched out right hand. The Cougars go back to work with Johnson leading the way. Cedric Johnson on the drive. Left-handed floater. And one. Jaden Thomas will get called for the foul. Johnson appears a bit shaken up. Went to the ground hard on that foul. He'll stay down for a moment, but be helped to his feet by his teammates. Appears to be okay. Official checking in on him as well. And Johnson will look to cap off the three-point play now. And we'll have a full line change here in a moment. Cougars all 5 subs. Babaker, King, Shabai, and Halverson will head to the bench. Moore, Ward, Barr, and Walsh check in. Bishop will join them as soon as Johnson completes the free throw. And he will capitalize there. Johnson will check out. There are 4 Cougars now in double figures. Johnson third with 14. Shabai 13 points. We mentioned Halverson having a great day. 15 and 8 for him and 19 points from Jaden King so far as well. Ooh, the Bloom pass evades Kone. So it will be Cougar possession after the misfired exchange. Trey Ward will serve as the point man now for the second unit for the Cougars. Perhaps the healthiest the Cougars have been all season, even without Kevin Bishop now. Having everybody back and at full strength. Jaden Thomas to the rack, off the mark. And Trey Ward does a nice job out-rebounding everyone. And flings it over to Drew Bishop as they bring it up the floor. Maki Moore, open, three-pointer is good. Maki Moore extends the lead, 78-45. And Moore coming into action today. He's eyeballing 1,000 career collegiate points. As a foul is called there, but going back to Maki Moore, a transfer from McHenry Community College, and had a fantastic JUCO career there. As we noted, that tees him up for a possible 1,000 career points collegiately. He needed 19 coming into today. He's got 3, so before the end of the season, likely be celebrating that achievement for Maki Moore in his career. 2 for 2 is Kone on that trip to the line. Cougars go back to work, 13-23 and counting to go. Ward kicks to Moore, good save, but out of bounds was Moore. Thomas will bring it up the floor, that being Keontae and Jaden. Jaden serving as the point man for the moment. Down low to Bloom, working against Walsh. Support defense from Barr, forces a kick out. Jaden Thomas 3, that's off the mark. Kone secures the board. CIU going back to work now after the offensive rebound. Bloom wide open, 3 in the corner, that is good. Asher Bloom with the corner 3. He's had quite the day off the bench for this Trojan squad. Barr and Ward will play catch here. Just trying to wind the clock down as much as possible. Drawing a almost 3-man trap of sorts up top. Now they'll go to work. 8 to shoot. Deep 3 from Julian Barr is off the mark. And Maki Moore has the putback for 2. 12-17 to go. Cougars with the 30-point advantage. Here's Bloom down low over Walsh. Gets the friendly rolling in. Asher Bloom now in double figures. That gives him 11 on the latest bucket. It also gives him the team lead in points. Coming off the bench. Good day for number 34, Asher Bloom, thus far. Drew Bishop and Trey Ward continue to play catch. Now Ward on the dribble. Moore for three, and it's good. Maki Moore chipping away, now 11 collegiate points away from that 1,000 mark. Here's Jaden Thomas drawing some contact and is able to finish it off. And now Miller's going to take a timeout and TIU's going to talk things over. 11 and a half remaining on the clock. A full timeout taken, 83-54 your score. We're going to step aside for a brief breather. We'll be back with you here when the action gets ready to resume on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. 83-54 your score. Ron Luce here on the call with you. 11:30 remaining here in the second half. Cougars with a large lead in this CCAC battle. TIU took a timeout just before this possession after a made bucket for the Trojans. Cougars going back to work trying to keep this lead a large one, and now a foul will be called here. This is the freshman freshly checking in on the day. Number 1, Stratton Lavorne, 6'6" freshman guard from Shelbyville, Tennessee. And Ward will collect on the pass here. Cooper back in the game as well now for Trinity International. Some good ball movement here from the Cougars, just 6 to shoot, however. Bishop working against Bloom. He'll take it himself. Little floaters off the mark. Bloom secures the rebound. Cooper leads the charge inside to Kone. That ball is on the floor. Here comes Maki Moore. To Trey Ward. Ward taking it himself. Moore's there for the putback. And Maki Moore now with double figures off the bench already. That's 10 points for him. Cooper with a quick answer on the other end. And these two teams trading buckets here as we approach the halfway mark of the second half. Ward on the dish to Walsh. And that's off the mark, but Jack Walsh will head to the line for 2 free throws. Nabil Kone is called for the foul. It's just his first of the day, but 15th foul now of this second half for the visitors. As we noted, Jack Walsh here at the line for 2 free throws. Converts on free throw number 1. Jack Walsh, a local product, Orland Park, Illinois native, Sandburg High School alum. But he's a transfer from Elmhurst, Division III Elmhurst University now. They were college for a long time. Recently became a university in the last few seasons. 2 for 2 is Walsh on that trip to the line. TIU looking to answer after the successful trip to the charity stripe for Jack Walsh. Thomas, sideways dribble for the 3 off the mark. That's punched out of Kone's hands by Ward. Drew Bishop able to secure the ball and bring it up the floor. Oh, and a beautiful takeaway. Here's Lavorne. Oh, and it's denied from behind, but a foul is called. Oh, it looked like a clean block from Maki Moore. That'll be Moore's third. But what an effort from behind. Maki Moore showing off the athleticism. And he got up there and almost had it cleanly. If it wasn't for the whistle, this place might have fallen to the ground in excitement. Everybody was on their feet for that one as Lavorne's unable to convert. Lavorne holding that right wrist. He went down hard after the block. Well, after the foul, that is. And Lavorne 0 for 2, really holding on to that wrist. And that's exactly what's going to happen now. Lavorne's going to head to the bench. And number 22, Jack Cahoon, will return. Lavorne will see a trainer now to examine his wrist. You could tell shooting those free throws, he was not right. That second one, a complete air ball. Hopefully he's all right. Trey Ward, dish on the far side here to Maki Moore on the drive. Walsh collects and adds 2 more. The big man, Jack Walsh, all 6'9". The easy layup there and another 2 for the Cougs. Cahoon at the point working with Cooper as the 2 guards. Gets it right back, tries to split defenders, but they call a trip on the way through. So that's Maki Moore's 4th foul now. So he is in danger of fouling out. Diamond Presniakovas returns to the floor. And Julian Barr with a nice defensive effort. Swatting that ball out of midair. Still TIU possession here on the inbound. Jaden Thomas open for 3. Off the mark. Trey Ward with the rebound. Trey Ward having a nice little day thus far. That being his 3rd rebound already. Most of those coming in the second half. Ward's bid off the mark. Here comes TIU in transition quickly. Bloom, nice pass down low to Jaden Thomas for another 2. Under 9 minutes to play now here in the second half. Cougars still with a large lead. Here's Julian Barr now on the drive, and the foul is called. Jaden Thomas, the guilty party. So that'll send number 11, Julian Barr, to the free throw line. 2 free throws coming for him. Lincoln Land transfer, but another local product, Lincoln Way East alum. Monty Lambert will check back in for TIU. Asher Bloom heads to the bench. No other changes at the moment on the floor. And Barr connects on that free throw. TIU needs an answer here. Time, their worst enemy at this point. 91-58, your current score. Cougars really taking it to a pretty good Trinity International team here today. Lambert kicks out, good ball movement. Cooper wanted to take the 3, has to dish. Thomas in the far corner, 3 ball is good. Beautiful ball movement for Trinity, opened up that shot. Cougars with overall great defense as well, but just again highlighting strong ball movement there from the visitors. Cougars go to work. Here's Trey Ward on the near wing. Circles back, wanted to do drive. Might still have an opportunity to do so. Instead, will dish. Barr pulls up for 2 off the mark. And Presniakovas comes away with the rebound for Trinity. And Maki Moore, near steal. Presniakovas got it back. But a missed shot still results in a Cougar possession. Drew Bishop finds the loose ball. Bishop on the drive. Nice shot fake. Turnaround 2 is good. Beautiful work there from number 0, Drew Bishop. They'll go back to work. Thomas, nice dish to Presniakovas for another 2. Still 30-point game, 7.5 to go here in the second half. Alumni Day here, a slew of men's and women's basketball alum on hand for today's doubleheader. Cooper throws that away. Cougars still with possession. And now Cooper will be called for a foul. Jack Walsh will head to the free throw line. That is the 4th foul for Cooper, so he and Jaden Thomas both in a bit of foul trouble. Maki Moore, the only Cougar with 4 fouls. And Walsh's bid off the mark. So he'll look to go 50% on this trip. And he will. 7:14 and counting to go. Cougars continue to add on here with their bench unit on the floor. Strong day from their bench as well. A pair of double-figure scorers off the bench for the Cougars today, in addition, as this ball is deflected out of play. Still Trinity possession. Patino Shabai and Maki Moore both in double figures off the bench today. Bishop and Walsh with 7 points apiece off the bench. 4 points for Julian Barr, 2 for Trey Ward on the day. So really good showing from this bench unit today for the Cougs. Although King, Halverson, and Johnson led the way in scoring so far. Their day is likely done, assuming all remains the same. Bishop nearly loses it on the way through, able to corral it for the moment. And now a foul is called against the Cougars, so it will result in Trojan possession. Bishop picks up the foul. Just his 2nd of the afternoon. 6.5 remain here in the second half. There's the shot. Lambert pulls up from the baseline, off the mark. Another Trey Ward rebound, and the Cougars will look to add. 94-63, once again your score. Ward is fouled on the way through. And that'll end Cooper's day. That's his 5th. So number 25, Xavier Cooper, is done. He'll finish the day with 5 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from beyond the arc. Trey Ward at the line here for the Cougars. And he sinks the first free throw. And the second one is off the mark, still a free point. The Cougars starting to sniff 100 here, 95-63. Jaden Thomas with it on the near wing. Over to Keontae Thomas on the far side, and now Lambert in the corner. That's the circle back. Good defense from Julian Barr. Presniakovis throws it away, but a foul will be called. They're going to get Jack Walsh. Looks like he might have given a little bit of a shove to Presniakovis when he tried to deliver that pass, but it would have been a Maki Moore takeaway otherwise. 5:54 still to play here. And Keontae Thomas on the inbound. Lambert gets it, drives, loose ball, foul called. Trey Ward's going to pick up that foul. Presniakovis heads to the free throw line here as now both teams are in the first phase of the bonus. That's off the mark. Bishop collects the rebound. The Cougars will go to work, so no harm, no foul from the free throw from Presniakovis. Barr with it now on the far side. Dribbles in, looks for Maki Moore. Moore with the deep three. That's good. Maki Moore with 13 now on the day. And he is ever closer to that 1,000 mark. 6 points away. And although he might not get that today, we'll certainly be on watch a week from today, because the next time Cougars are in action, it's another CCAC doubleheader. A 1 and 3 o'clock against Judson University. That'll be right here a week from today, as we mentioned. Men will tip off at 3 o'clock with the women at 1. Moore's shot there off the mark. Cahoon with the rebound. Trinity working quickly, and that ball glances off a Cougar, and Out of bounds, but they'll call it Cougars possession, so it looks like it might have caught a Trojan player on the way through. 5 minutes left in this one here. Shaping up to be a strong win for the Cougars here today. Walsh nearly loses it, but he's able to finish at the rim, and the Cougars have the century mark. 100 points for the Cougars today. 100-63 now your score. Offensive foul called against Jaden Thomas. His day is done. So Thomas and Cooper both foul out now for the Trojans. Number 5, Aaron Sufer. Number 12, Nabil Kone. Check into the game. There's Drew Bishop now on the drive. A little floater from the baseline is good. Christian Cranbull looking like he'll be checking in for TIU in a moment as they begin to unload their bench. That ball is taken away. There's Maki Moore, Trey Ward. Trey Ward with the jam! Trey Ward, get up! With the right hand slam. Beautiful exclamation point on the transition bucket. Three-pointer off the mark. Kone with the putback. The Cougars will slow it down now. Trey Ward still serving as the point man. Guarded tightly by Sufer. Walsh with it now in the post. Kicks out to Bishop. Three-pointer if it goes. That's off the mark. Lambert securing the rebound. 3.5 left to play here. And taken away again. Here's Ward trying to run it down. And Maki Moore with it. And now he'll draw the foul. Lambert will be called for that. And that will send Moore to the line for 2 free throws. 104-65 your score. We noted a week off for the Cougars. Not back in action again until next week against Judson. We hope you'll join us for that one. A 3 o'clock start for the men, 1 o'clock start for the women's programs. One of the beautiful Saturday doubleheaders and another CCAC one at that. Cranbull checking in as we noted. It will end Keontae Thomas's day. Thomas, Bloom, and Presniakovis, the lone double-figure scorers for this TIU squad. As we mentioned, the Cougars, 5 players in double figures. Now a foul will be called. 3:03 to play. 40-point game now at this point. Drew Bishop will be tacked with the foul. And that will be Bishop's second. And Lambert misses free throw number 1. And he makes the second one. Walsh will give it to Trey Ward. Now at this point, Cougars just looking to take as much time off the clock as possible and wind this game down. This will be a commanding victory for the Cougars. Moore pulls up from 3. It's off the mark. Maki Moore wanting to add to his 14 off the bench. 5 points away once again from that 1,000 career mark for his collegiate career. Is a kick called there, so it will be Trojans' possession. Just a reset. For 2:34 here to play. This now just the third to last home game for the Cougars. They'll play, as we mentioned, a week from today here, and then February 16th against Roosevelt. And that'll be it. That will be it for the season until the conference tournament. Assuming the Cougars can secure one of those top 4 seeds, they would at least host one game They're certainly in a position right now. They're third in the conference standings. Kone's bid off the mark, but it is put back by Krehenbol. Krehenbol with his first points coming off the bench for the Trojans. We're getting ready to tick under 2 minutes to play. Cougars again working to kill the time. Ward's going to pull up, and he's got a triple. Eight points now on the day for Trey Ward. 4 rebounds, 4 assists as well. Kone with it in the paint, working against Walsh. Uses his big frame to put up an easy layup. And we approach 90 seconds remaining in this one. Cougars will once again just try to wear this clock down, but TIU keeps giving them open looks. Will certainly continue to do that anytime they have the opportunity. Here's Walsh in the paint working against Kone. He's stripped on the way through. Here come the Trojans. Barr with it here on the far side, and now Lambert over to a teammate. Three-pointer off the mark. Trey Ward collects on the rebound, and we're under a minute to play. Bishop will dribble and wear down the clock. A little bit of a drive, frees himself up. Back to Trey Ward near the logo. A big commanding victory for the Cougs today as Barr looks for the three, is off the mark. Sufer collects the rebound. About a 1 second difference between game and shot clock. 27.9 to go here. 26 on the shot clock. Quick inbound for the Trojans. All formalities at this point. A foul called on the floor. That'll send Kone to the line for at least one free throw. If he converts on free throw number one, he'll get a second. And he will. 108-71, looking to make it 72. We hope you'll join us next week as the Cougars welcome Judson University here. After this game concludes, the men will improve for SXU to 17-5 on the year, 11-3 in conference play. And Trinity will fall to 11-8 overall, 6-5 in the CCAC. Bishop will wear it down, and that will effectively do it. The Cougars are going to take this one 108-72. And another victory for SXU. I'm Ron Luce, and until next week, we wish you well from all of us here at the Cougar Sports Network. Cougs win in a big blowout here on Alumni Day.